So I wanted to start with a quick show of hands. Who really enjoys reading the comment section on their daily news site? Okay, awesome. Well, you guys are all in my camp. So I wanted to talk about why comment could matter. I actually changed the title, so I'm sorry about you shouldn't do anything. But there's common consensus among a lot of journalists that the comment section is really just the digital equivalent to the drunkest guy at the bar. I think that there's a lot of validity to that because you may write a beautiful article or make one of the top 10 most viewed videos on YouTube of all time, like Adele has, and then see some guy named Spank That Evil Monkey or Sword 1479 talking about your physical appearance in the comments, and this is literally a snapshot of the latest comments on that video. So there's a lot of reasons that comments just have not been successful online. And another one is, for a lot of sales teams at these big news organizations, they just don't matter. They're not helping people sell. They're not maybe driving impressions among the audience that matters. And so people just don't pay attention to comments. And so I think, lastly, this is just an example of that. I mean, there are the majority of news sites don't highlight comments, as you guys all know. I'm not picking on the Wall Street Journal. They're doing it just like everybody else is doing it. And so at core, I believe, and we believe, that news is a social experience, something that you want to talk about with your friends. And therefore, in three simple reasons that comments can make a big difference. And so the first one is that community is actually the stickiest product we can build. And what that actually means is, if you give me the opportunity to hang out with my friends, I will do it, and I will do it all day long. And the comment section and creating community in the comment section is one opportunity to do that. And so there are plenty of examples of this across the web, but one site that you've all visited many times where you read the news and you talk about the news is Reddit, and it's incredibly sticky, has incredible usage analytics. A second way that comments can really build community, or that community is important, is like this site, Tech, which on Friday night had 10,000 active users and has had 0 design changes since 1999. It's incredibly sticky. Second reason comments are important is that they actually can add a lot of value to your content. And so in some ways, like American Idol, comment can add a lot of entertainment value to whatever you're writing, whatever you're producing. Also, comments can help change opinion. They can create credibility among your audience. And so in the case of Yelp, now where do you go for reviews? You go to all your peers and you go to the places that are voted on the most. And so that's the second reason. The third reason is a business reason, and in a lot of ways, comments can be the cheapest way to create really compelling content. And these are all sites that you and I use a lot, from Stack Overflow, which may have the best information when it comes to engineering on the web, to Quora, Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, Duolingo, which is doing some really, really awesome crowdsourcing for languages. These are all places that are creating incredibly compelling content by giving users a correct structure to talk about things. And so, it's not easy, but here are 3 tips that may help you start building a creative, constructive community on your site. And really, the first one that I like to focus on is that comments need to be more than comments. So if you send a bunch of people into Grand Central Station to do whatever they want and go crazy and dance, it'll probably be very, very destructive, like our current comment sections. But if you give them a purpose, give them a mission, then they're going to do something. The second reason is that if you go to a dinner party and everybody's wearing a mask, it'll probably get pretty weird pretty fast. So if one option is ask people to share their real names and their real faces. And then a third example is lead by example. So if you have your author, your writers, your editors, your developers, your engineers participating in the comments, leading by example, you might actually start to create a little bit of change. So those are just 3 very gentle tips to create better commenting communities on all of our sites. But the key takeaway is that if you like talking about the news with your friends, I think a lot of people like that too. And if you want to keep people on your site in the future, this is a really easy way to do that.